Hello, boys and girls. Jane Doe here, live and in stereo. Don't worry, I'm not like Hannah Baker. I am alive, and I plan to remain so. But this is a school assignment that does have to do with Hannah Baker and her suicide. So, without further ado, these are my 13 reasons that Hannah Baker should not have committed suicide. Hannah's first reason that she gives us for killing herself is that her first kiss, a boy named Justin, lied to all of his friends and kind of spread a rumor that more happened in the park than what actually happened the day they kissed. And this led to Hannah being labeled as easy, I guess would be a good word for it. And that snowballed into every other reason that she gave us. So the first way that her suicide could have been prevented then would be for Justin to have not lied about what he and Hannah did in the park. He should have told the truth, or better yet, he should have kept his mouth shut. Then Hannah wouldn't have been labeled as easy, and all of the other reasons might not have even happened. This could have nipped it in the bud, so to speak. Reason number 2 that Hannah gave us was the superlative list that her quote-unquote friend, Alex, made of the kids in their class. Like I said before, this was part of the snowball that Justin started, but it also could have ended here if Alex just hadn't made that class superlative list, or if he did, he should have been tasteful and positive about everyone that he listed. No best butt in the class and worst butt in the class comparisons. That in turn led into reason number 3 that Hannah gave us, because Hannah's other quote-unquote friend, Jessica, saw the list and got jealous because of another rumor that was started about Hannah and Alex, the boy who made the list. So it could have ended here too. It would have not happened if Jessica had just trusted Hannah and been her friend, instead of being taken over by jealousy and believing something that it says in the book she really knew wasn't true. Hannah's 4th reason didn't necessarily come straight from the others, like all the preceding reasons have done, but it still kind of was affected by the first reason, that Hannah was easy. If Hannah hadn't been considered easy, then Tyler probably wouldn't have been so interested in looking at Hannah when she wasn't aware of it. He wouldn't have become a peeping Tom. Or a peeping Tyler, however you choose to see it. But still, it could have ended here if Tyler just didn't peep on Hannah. Period. Reason number 5 that Hannah gave us was Courtney's fake friendship. And this did kind of come into play from reason number 4. But it could have ended here too. Every reason, it seems so far, you could have stopped it from happening if just any of them had not done what they did. And that's the same thing for Courtney. She should have been a real friend to Hannah, instead of just using her and tallying points for her miscongeniality in the yearbook. That's just wrong. It shouldn't have happened. Reason number 6 that Hannah gives us is Marcus, who took her reputation into account when he went to see her on their blind date. This could have been stopped. Marcus was stupid, and he should have respected Hannah and been a friend to her, or at least a courteous potential boyfriend, instead of treating her like she was nothing more than a reputation that she hadn't even earned. Reason number 7 comes straight from reason number 6, when Zachary saw what Marcus did and tried to console Hannah. And Hannah, being a girl, we don't always want comfort when we need it. She ignored him. And Zach took it very harshly, and he stole her notes of encouragement that she really, really needed, just because he felt like she had slighted him or made him look bad in front of her friends. This reason could have been stopped. Zach could have been a nice guy, and instead of stealing Hannah's notes of encouragement, he could have written her some instead. Reason number 8 also has to deal with stealing something. Hannah said that her reason number 8 was when Ryan stole her poem that he knew was hers and posted it in his Lost and Found newsletter, when it wasn't really lost or found at all. So this could have been stopped as well. Ryan shouldn't have stolen her poem and printed it in the school newspaper for people to make fun of. That's just kind of cruel. Especially when it wasn't a lost and found poem at all. He knew exactly where he'd gotten it and he'd stolen it from her. It shouldn't have been done. It should have been left alone in Hannah's private things where it belonged. Reason number 9 didn't really belong in the list. Hannah admitted it herself, that Clay had no place in her list other than for her to apologize to him. But there still is a point in this where maybe he could have stopped it from happening if he had just gotten closer to Hannah and found out why she was so upset instead of listening to her and running away. That one's kind of iffy because there's no surefire way to know if Hannah would have listened, but still, he could have done more instead of walking away and leaving her to it. Hannah's 10th reason went back to Justin, reason number 1, where he knew that a girl was about to get raped at a party. He didn't know Hannah was in the closet, of course, but still, he should not have let that boy into the room when he knew for a fact what was going to happen. Then Hannah wouldn't have witnessed it, and it wouldn't have been done to that poor girl, because no one deserves it. Hannah herself said so. Hannah's reason 11 happened right after reason number 10, when she left the party with Jenny. And Jenny knocked down the stop sign and didn't call anyone, didn't want to call anyone, and pushed Hannah out of her car before Hannah could do anything about it. This one's easy. Jenny could have saved a life, and thus Hannah's conscience, by just calling the cops and telling them that the police sign had been knocked down, instead of acting like a scared little kid and running away from her problems. Because that snowballed, just like Hannah's reputation, into someone causing a crash and dying. A person lost their life because a girl was too scared to call the cops about something she'd done wrong. This could have been stopped. Hannah's reason number 12 kind of ties into the past 4 reasons, where Bryce, the boy who raped the girl at the party, took advantage of Hannah in a hot tub, and even though Hannah allowed this to happen, it still could have been stopped if he had just respected her and not taken her at the value of a reputation that she hadn't earned. Much like Marcus did, although I would say this one is to a much greater extent. Hannah shouldn't have allowed it to happen, but Bryce shouldn't have initiated it at all. And reason number 13 is the biggest reason of all in my book, because as a school counselor, Mr. Porter should have done more. He should have known what the warning signs of a potential suicide risk were, and he should have seen them in Hannah, and he should have stopped her. When she flat out admitted that she was thinking about taking her life, he should not have let her leave that office without having talked to her and made precautionary gestures, something just to show that someone cared. Hannah herself said that if he tried to stop her, she wouldn't do it. But he didn't, so she did. Mr. Porter could have saved Hannah. He could and should have stopped her. So we've went through all 13 reasons, and we've seen how at each one, something could have been done to stop Hannah from doing what she did. At any point in the cycle, if it had just been stopped, maybe Hannah wouldn't have killed herself. And now we can see that. So goodbye, folks. Hope you learned something.